Hello, everyone. Today we have an amazing person. He's a successful entrepreneur with a very successful company. His name is Justin Day. And today we're going to be talking about his experience working with me and all the symptoms that he had at the beginning when we started working. So pretty much typical entrepreneur. We work many hours a day and we neglect our health. And then when we start feeling we're not as productive as we used to, then we pay attention to that. So I'm going to leave it to Justin to talk about how he was feeling before we started and how he's feeling now.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me. And, it's been quite an experience really over the last, I think, year or so. I believe about a year or so, we went on a cruise together with a mastermind and, you just kind of shoved your way in and decided to help me because you could see that the entrepreneurial, just everything was just kind of pushing me, and I was just working like crazy on the trip, staying up late, doing everything there, and just like, okay, you could do better, Justin. And you really pushed me for the health, and I can't thank you enough for that. It's made a major impact in my life. I think the typical things as an entrepreneur, right? And I did this in my 20s, and you think that you're invincible, but it does always catch up with you. Is just working nonstop, really not taking the fatigue too hard, or really respecting your body as an entrepreneur and listening to your body and looking at the signs, because one way or another they're going to come after you, those signals, and it's really important to take care of that. And not only are you going to have live a better life, you're going to make more money and have a better successful company. So those typical signals, their feelings and symptoms that I was having was just constant fatigue. My drive, that spark that really started this in the first place, kind of just went away, and I was just working anywhere from 80 to 120 hours a week just to go crush. And that while that worked in my 20s and was great to get things going, that's not sustainable, right? And that would just super high cortisol, waking up in the middle of the night, just completely stressed to the T. Having panic attacks and just not feeling myself, brain fog. And I was about 240 pounds, and just all of those things where I was just basically sitting in front of this computer, just working all day and not doing anything else to help my life and my body. And it turns out when you flip the script on that, there's a lot of benefits that come with it. So it's been quite a journey.
Oh, I'm so happy to hear all the things that we have improving your health and get better. So what you would say to an entrepreneur out there that it's like working really hard and not focusing in their health?
Yeah, I'd say whether you like it or not, there's symptoms that are going to come after you and find you, whether that's waking up in the middle of the night, just like shocking yourself out of bed, or just again the constant fatigue, or the loss of caring for the business, or whatever else. Like, these things are going to come for you at some point. And also, I think there's this, as an entrepreneur, we feel like, oh, we've got to do everything all at once, all the time, as fast as possible, and I don't have time to go work out or get out of the chair. Get movement, do the basics. Like, if we're not doing the basics, and I certainly wasn't, and I was guilty of this myself, and I think a lot of people are, is the basics can make a big difference. Whether that's just getting standing desk or a treadmill under your desk to get some movement, or just getting a 30-minute walk in the beginning of the day, or like, you don't have to go to the gym and be this CrossFit beast and expert or whatever, but taking baby steps is the best way to get into it. But again, if you don't take care of these things, at some point your life is going to be majorly impacted. And I can tell you that it's way better now that I'm on the other side than it was before. And I just feel so much more free, clear-minded, and ready to take on anything that comes my way at any instance. So there's a lot of signs. When you're seeing those signs, it's time to make some changes.
Yeah. And how your business have improved since you are now taking care of your health, and we have addressed the cortisol, your gut, and all that?
Yeah, absolutely. So the business was doing well and thriving before I made changes, but really when I started to actually make changes, be more self-conscious of the things that I'm doing, the food that I'm eating, the environments I'm in across the board, I found myself more free to just feeling better and less stress. And I mean, that really allowed me to get into the multiple seven figures last year, because I was able to just be in this correct mind state to make the decisions, to be the CEO that I am, and to run. Now I've got a team of over 30 people. And before, last year, managing all of that was just too stressful before I made all of these life decisions. And now the clear mind that I have, from a business perspective, I've been able to scale my company at a much more rapid pace and then take time for myself along the way so that, again, I'm not burning the candle at both ends.
I love that. And how your relationships have improved with your partner.
Yeah, absolutely. So I have a fiance, and as an entrepreneur, we tend to work late or work early or both. And while the partners are there in the support system, they get often left behind or not as, front of mind as they typically should be in a normal relationship. And having a little bit less brain fog, more understanding and freedom of my space, my environment, taking care of myself has kind of pushed me back into that drive of wanting to be around my partner more and being more active and all of that. So it's made a tremendous impact in my relationship with her and with really everyone, because I've not just got these horse blinders on where the only thing I'm focused on is business and chasing revenue. Now I remember I started this to build a life that I want for me and my fiance and just to achieve the greatness. Well, I can't be great if I'm burnt out, overweight, and can't do the things that I want to. So I had to make that shift, and then all of a sudden all these other things started happening in a very positive way. So it was big.
Oh, I am so happy to hear. And how many pounds did you lose in this whole process?
Yeah, so since last February, it's been about 50 pounds. So I'm getting close to under 200 now. I haven't been that weight since about high school, so it's pretty crazy, but I feel completely different. I have cracked vertebrae, I've torn my ACL, MCL, broken my ankles, all that. So to say that like the extra weight was a tremendous burden to carry around, impacting my back and my knees, my ankles, and would keep me from getting to the gym or getting movement because I'd be in pain. And dropping that weight has allowed me to not feel in pain constantly. It's a little less stressful, right, on your body, but dropping that weight, even at about 10-20 pounds, just like, okay, I don't feel as terrible anymore. So it's been great.
I love that. I love that when we put attention into our health, it's a ripple effect in our work, in the people that we're surrounded, in our partners, our quality of life, and even the way we can enjoy life. Because when you have a lot of money, when you're in pain or not in your best, you don't know what you're missing until you feel better and you're like, wow, all the things that I can do. And your productivity increases too, because you're more focused, have more energy just to keep going and produce more. And at the end of the day, you can have fun, not crash.
Yep, absolutely. That's definitely what I've experienced. And just being more present in the moment, enjoying these things and like celebrating the milestones and the achievements and the struggles and acknowledging those things. I think being present has been a big shift, and that like reducing the brain fog and the stress has allowed me to be more present, which again is translated into the relationship, into the day-to-day, all of these things. So I think a lot of people put this out there, and you're seeing a lot of people have seen these videos when they're scrolling on TikTok or LinkedIn or any social, and like people see this, and you know this as an entrepreneur. But I think if you're watching this, take this seriously. It's not a joke. A lot of people don't want to take the time to do it, but you're going to feel so much better and you're going to have a much better life. As an entrepreneur, you have a reason for this. You have that greatness within. And again, if you're not that person that you want to be, then what's the point of all of this? So I highly recommend people to take their health way more seriously, especially since we're entering even more of an age of information and understanding. You have the information at your fingertips, and you have the people like Rosemarie at your fingertips. Use these people to help you and get to the best version of yourself.
Oh, thank you so much, Justin. That was awesome. And I was so happy to help you. And there's nothing that gives me more joy than seeing the transformation and seeing you happy and healthy and enjoying life. That's the best gift that you could give me. So I am thankful for you for doing the work, because that's the best gift.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I thank you for the push. Just like everybody else, you've got it in the back of your head, and I just needed someone to come along, give me a push and point me in the right direction. And this has been life-changing. So I can't thank you enough.
Thank you so much, Justin. Thank you so much for being here, and everyone that is watching. As you heard, there's help. You don't have to be the way that you are because your doctor telling you that you're aging. And that's the way that you have to be, or taking an antidepressant or a sleeping pill to mask the symptoms. It's important to find the root cause and balance the body. And when the body has what it needs, it works great. So thank you so much.